Hi there, I'm Alicia and I'm gonna channel some informations for you for the rest of 2025. What's gonna happen collectively, global events, all these kind of things. I try hard not to watch any videos on that topic, not to have any influence or bias. I'll take a moment to calm down, connect, and see what comes for the end of 2025. So yeah, I see people speaking louder, vocalizing, expressing themselves louder. I see the specific group of families. And so there's people who are on their own, who do not have family or friends, so quite lonely people. They will go through this experience more internally, scream within themselves. And it's gonna be happening for the next 2-3 months, September, October, November. December is more calm. September, October, November, this 3-month period. Yeah, families are very, very powerful in this process because of the pillar that they represent. All right. So let's have a look at cities, major cities. What's happening in major cities for the end of 2025? A message for the highest good of all the people watching this video. Yeah, you see? Okay. When I say you see, I feel like it's whenever you ask a message for the highest good, the tonality, the tone is very, very different. So what I'm shown is actually like a lotus flower blossoming and opening. I'm gonna tell you, from September until the end of the year, something's gonna blossom, something's gonna open. It's a very, very good thing. And I see some fireworks coming out of this flower. So there's electricity, but everything feels very, very, very good. And also, when you ask an information for the highest good, then ultimately your focus, my focus, and the information you should focus on is redirected to what's happening within and without, but what is bringing this change and this positive change into your life. It's not going to be information about what's happening wrong in the world or the attacks from the deep state or whatever. So that's quite interesting, you see. It's obviously much more entertaining to understand what's going to happen, like facts and events, but you know what, that's noise. That's noise. Yeah, so collectively there's a blossoming. It's a new energy. I'm seeing the color blue, expression, electricity. And I see the image that I'm seeing is a lot of people on a square, but not in big cities. I see that actually more in the nature. They are gathering, they are looking up towards the sky, and they are shouting. They are expressing, but it's not negative, and they're just like shouting what they want to say. And the sky is very dark. It's a very thick gray sky. So I guess it's going to be quite challenging, but the energy, the emotions I'm feeling between this sky, it's very electric, it's very dense, it's very challenging, but it's not enough to stop this movement. And this movement that come from within, obviously everything starts with within. I should not repeat that, but it's the people close their eyes. They do not care of the outcome or the response. They just have this like super intense, strong need to just express what's up, who they are, what they feel, what they see, but they close their eyes. It's a form of letting go. And it's piercing through the sky. And funny enough, it's like I see this like very thick dark layer on the sky, but like the voices of the people are piercing through them, going all the way up where it's more bright. It's an interesting image that I'm seeing. Oh, I was thinking about something else. Sorry for that. Oh, okay, let's focus. Let's bring the focus to any information that should be delivered for the highest good of my viewers regarding the end of 2025. So I'm seeing, I was shown a supermarket, people buying things, people consuming things. I feel there might be a rush to store things or consume things. Not consume, but just buy things before it's too late. I literally heard that, before it's too late. Yeah, you do not need to do that, but people will feel these needs. And okay, can I see the part of the earth, the part of the planet where this would happen the most? And so I'm shown India and the United States. Alors, India and the India. So what's happening in India? What is happening in India? Why is there okay, so what I'm shown is that, first of all, I'm not shown big cities, I'm shown countryside in India, mostly the center, the center-west, and it seems like people are observing a change of behaviors, or maybe disease, illness in animals. And that's a sign for them. It's like in their culture or in their spirituality, they know that if this thing happened, then something else gonna happen. And so that's why they are rushing to protect themselves and store things, gather, like they are seeing something is gonna happen based on this event that concern animals. And I'm shown mostly chicken and cows. Yeah, it's like suddenly a lot of animals are dying very suddenly. And I'm really shown these deeply spiritual places. I do not have any idea where they are in India, but mostly the center and the center west at the coast. I'm attracted to look at the south of India, but I'm being told it's gonna be much more difficult there, and I do not need to say anything about that. It's difficult in the south. All right. So when it comes to challenges in the United States and in Canada, Canada is handling this better. Canada is like at a worst place, but it's the energy there, the energy, I don't know, it's the collective energy is, everything is going towards the same direction, and it's feeling good. I feel like the people will do much better with this transition for the second part of 2025 in Canada than in the United States, where it's more splitted, more like segregated. Yeah. It's much more bright in Canada than in the United States. I mean, that's all right, you know. It's just that the energy, there's more fragmentation collectively. It's gonna be more local, which is quite good. It is quite good. It like the collective, the unity will be more local. In Canada, it's gonna be more like across the entire country, and in the United States, it's gonna be more local, and it's very good like this. You know, that's what fit the United States configuration better. And again, I'm seeing gray circles in the United States map. The image I have in my mind is like United States map. There's like gray zones, and there's like bright zones. Much a lot smaller but brighter, and it's like connecting the entire country. There's a lot of people movement. There's like people who gonna move within, they're gonna nest, they're gonna almost lock themselves in their home, and there's people who gonna move first, September, October, but not November. It's gonna be, there's like a stop in November, you can't really move so much. September, October, a lot of movement to be at the right place. From west to east, and south to north. But the south to north is more like in the center of America, I see a movement going more up north, and then west to east, I'm seeing mostly California going more towards like Nevada, and I don't know the geography so well. Utah, like what's the state right above Nevada? I think Utah is more on the right. But yeah, you see what I mean. It's a bit more complicated in the east, no? In the end, California might not be doing good, but there's like more movement, there's more like spirit, you know, determination. I feel like things are more locked up in the east. I mean, around New York mostly, it's more locked. Even if the intensity of events gonna be lower. So yeah, in California it's gonna be quite tricky. I'm seeing like a lot of different events, I'm not seeing wildfires, I'm just seeing like fire, but I think it is highly symbolic. It's mostly about people, but it feels like people have more vital energy there, and they are like willing to move places, to express, than in New York, where things like events gonna be not as intense, like a little bit more calm, but there's no movement. People are more static there, and it doesn't feel like it's the right thing. I mean, whatever happened, but it feels like it's not necessarily the best energy, you know? Yeah. Okay, so let's see Europe now, if there's anything for Europe. Yeah. In Europe, it's movement on the political side. I feel like there's not so much happening. It's like a lot is happening inside people collectively, and what is happening outside is like just political decision, politicians speaking, but it has no effect. There's like such a clear split between governments, European heads, like the politics, etc., and people. It's like completely separated. So there's like no more influence on people. Yeah, that's interesting. There's more stillness, but a lot of movement within. Like when I say stillness, just to be clear, it's just like I don't see like crazy event like protest or whatever, like, or I don't see something crazy like revolution, like something of this intensity outside, but this is happening inside, and it's like people are no longer getting triggered by the top. Like there's no influence from the top. Much less than it has been in the past, which is, it feels quite good. It feels like it's showing an acceleration in the process of independence from the people, from the European Union. And now that I'm saying independence, I'm zooming into the governments, into the European institutions, and this is also happening from within, like the people who can make the decision and the people who are slightly under that. There's also a split at this level as well. It's really a fragmentation completely of the governance, yeah, the one who govern within this sphere and between this and the people. Until they realize there is no point doing propaganda, or there's no point. It's quite cool. It's very nice, very nice. And I heard, and I got goosebumps now, a lot of people are going to be activated. I don't know, I think I know what it means, yeah? Activated. So instead of interpretate, I'm gonna ask for more details about this, what it is activated. Well, it's the core heart being activated. And I'm seeing precisely a type of man, but it can be women too, but I'm seeing more like men that were really like they were about to go, like they I don't know, they feel very alone, they feel like they lost everything. And those they have been in hell, in the darkness, and now they're like, it's like suddenly they're like they were ready to die basically, and suddenly they're like activation, and poof, the energy coming out of it is crazy. It's a group of people who were incarnated to live this very specific experience and to go from disappearance to almost being leaders. I see that they will speak for a large group of people via online media, like social media, something like this, more than within their own circle of family, because they don't really have that. Yeah, because they lost everything and they are not connected to many people closely, they are more likely, and they have this force to step up over the crowd of people and speak. They have nothing to lose. So we might see some characters or some people like that emerging or leading actions against the establishment, against the group of people who do not have in their interest the evolution and the independence of the people. Sorry for my English, I'm French, I'm not the best at grammar. Yeah, if you need clarification, you can always ask. Yeah, because I know my English is a bit tricky sometimes. Yeah, this is quite cool. This is quite cool. It feels quite challenging, but it feels like there's like my overall feeling from this almost 20-minute channeling is that whatever challenges arise, it doesn't impact people so much. It's like people are going to raise their voice either way. And I see that in so many aspects of life, to a point where it doesn't become challenging, because it's like individually, you no longer can avoid this. So it feels very powerful. And then the fact that it's collective, it feels quite easy as well. And like everyone has a role, and they're gonna be activated to have a certain role at a certain moment to lead the way. It's very, very, very cool. I see a lot of attempt from the governments and the politics to say things But they don't really do things. I don't see anything being done. I see mostly speech, but it doesn't work anymore, and they are losing their support within their own circle, within within the governments itself themselves. That was for Europe, huh? That was the point for Europe. I guess I'll do another video if I want to see for other continent, because I feel like it's the dynamic of the Western world, and I talked about India as well, but it might not be the same elsewhere. Yeah, I'm already knowing it's not the same elsewhere. It's going to be translated very, very differently, because the collective dynamics are very different. It's harder for them. When I'm being told, it's like it's harder for them to voice themselves individually. So it's more like a group dynamic, and there's a little bit more rupture. Yeah, rupture. I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with the nature as well. More movement there, because that's the way they cleanse. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was my channeling for 2025. For the rest of 2025, maybe some more information comes, maybe I do more videos, I don't know. I also don't want to stuff your head with information. It's interesting to have an idea of global energy, but the important is not what's happening outside or what people are doing to you. It's how you're positioning yourself, how you're able to tap into your own vital energy, how you can express yourself, be aligned, no longer being a slave of your ego, of all the others or conditionings. It's about that. Yeah, that's why I don't want to make too much videos anyway. Yeah, have a lovely day, have a lovely end of August. I think it's gonna be quite rock and roll, but I think it's for the best. Yeah. Yes, see you very